Hey everybody, welcome to a conversation on James.
James,
Are we going?
Yeah, we're going.
And for some reason, Rachel's microphone's on, so it's going to be a weird recording.
sorry, I don't know why. I'll
Oh.
fix it. I didn't mean to. I thought
Is everyone else set
there it
right?
is. Everyone else is
we'll be
right. I'm
patient.
the only one.
Patient.
Oh, that
Mhm.
was hard.
Perfect.
Harsh.
Let's see. Who demands that I be more patient with them?
Everybody.
I
Who
was
doesn't?
He was thinking of me, but I don't think it's supposed to
We've all got Scott patient stories.
Really?
be. Or
Really?
impatient
No,
stories.
I bet you have to dig hard.
No.
Gee. At least try.
The amount we have to dig is the difference between a garden trowel and a backhoe. Yes.
Because
It's a garden trowel.
oh, you don't have to dig deep.
No.
You can find it on the surface pretty easy.
That's really good that you did like a gardening connection.
Wait,
You're talking about farmers and all of these
Are
things.
you thinking of stories of moments when I have limited patience, or moments when you have to be patient with me?
Both. Same thing.
And
Good point.
Which is more likely?
but I
More likely that you have limited patience.
Yeah, that is more likely.
than us being patient, needing to be patient with him, or
Yeah.
Hey,
I guess
I have to listen. This is video.
I know.
None of those faces can be seen.
it was a confused face because I was like, I think like I know I am pretty impatient, and so
What?
yeah, I know. So you guys,
Wait, tell us an instance. I
you know
can't.
what? Let's talk about this. Scott's like, I'm not. You don't have to be patient with, and then I own it. You still throw me under the bus, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But so when Scott's a certain way, I don't feel like I'm very patient. That's all I was trying
Point
to say.
to the
Scott's
two most impatient pastors. 1, 2,
No,
3.
you guys are mean.
It's true. Well,
All right,
it.
let's go.
Let's wrap up.
patience is good thing.
But okay, so maybe I am sometimes impatient, but also so James says he says be patient and stand firm, and I think I also have a lot of that's not the right word. I think I have a lot of stand firmness.
Yeah.
That also can be misplaced.
It also can't cover up some of the lack of patience.
You know when there's a binary switch on or off? Yeah, it can't
it's
be.
slider.
It can't be patience and stand firm, and you just. Well, I clicked it to this side.
Is it a slider?
No,
No.
it's not.
That's
what
what you're
I'm saying.
treating it
They're
like
two
a slider.
different-
You have stand firm in this. That's not a word. You
Yeah.
have.
They're both sliders. They're independent.
Yeah, they're not opposites of each other.
Yeah. But I can. If I have a skill set, I'll give it two things.
You're
Pain
very
tolerance.
You're good at standing firm in your impatience, for sure.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Wow.
How do you feel about watching a
Well,
baseball?
I feel like this isn't a safe work environment.
For me.
What is it? You're right. For you, for me, any of us.
Interesting.
Baseball game?
It is not safe, but it is good. Like Aslan.
Like a what?
We're
deep dive.
We're going. Yeah, we're going deep.
All right.
So, all right.
All right.
James is talking to a group of people that are facing incredible hardship.
Yep.
They, James is not writing them a cuddly letter. He's writing them a letter to give them ingredients and how to stand firm, be patient, to walk out, to be the real deal, even in the midst of hardship and trial. He starts off the whole thing with like, listen, you're facing trial, count it as joy, because it's making great things in you. Now there is another option, is to not count them joyous, not celebrate the hardships you're facing, but to go off the rails and wander from your relationship with God, hurt other people, blame, steal, cheat, use your words inappropriately, all these different things. James is saying, be the real deal. I'm sorry it's hard. Welcome. Welcome.
If you're like in a middle, like I was thinking when I read this, I've been thinking when I'm in the middle of a tough situation or, like, I mean, they're in a really tough situation and then someone comes and is trying to encourage you and like don't give up, don't let go, don't quit. Like how do you handle that?
Like, do I physically hit them?
Maybe, yeah. Like, does it help? Or, I mean, like...
No. I don't... It's
It
some
probably
people
depends
need
on the
that.
person.
Yeah.
I mean, I need to trust the person that said it.
I think the challenge that really surfaces in what the people that James is addressing, which is the goal of us processing this and processing scripture, is to see this as being written to us.
Yeah.
So we've been working to get there. But the moments that I so much effort to try to avoid are moments that I know that in retrospect, that I've grown, matured, and refined. And so the paradox in that is that the moments that I'm working the hardest to avoid are actually some of the most healthy moments or helpful moments of my life. And I can also work really hard to prevent other people from having those moments. And James doesn't go, here's the... It's so funny, is that James actually gives very little, like, here's the steps to do it. He just goes,
No, do it.
Be this, be this, be this. Well, is there, like, what is the easy way to be that? I don't care. Figure it out. and so that's part of the feelings of it being cold, is that James doesn't give you the 15 steps to anything. He just says, here's something you need to be. Let your yeses be yes and your noes be noes. No. Done. Figure it out. He says, you don't say that you're going to go become affluent somewhere else. You be thankful for where you are right now. How do I do that? I don't care. Just do it.
Yeah.
And so I think sometimes those going all the way back to those coddling moments is those are words that are important, and empathy and compassion are important, but they don't necessarily... I don't know if that's the right thing to say, but they don't necessarily change anything. Do they change something?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's processing. Like, I don't know. I do feel like if somebody is empathetic and I'm connecting with them.
Like me?
Like you.
Oh. Patience or empathy? I don't know.
Which is my least?
Or more.
Or
I think I have
I
empathy.
need some empathy.
I have lots of empathy.
I feel like you do.
I think you have
I
sympathy.
think you.
No, he has zero sympathy.
Oh man, I don't want to do this anymore. Let's not throw stuff.
You're the one that wanted to...
wanted-
Oh, I can take it.
I know you can. I don't like it.
All right. Don't worry, you're next.
I
You're
know.
next.
That's why I don't want to play the game. I don't want to be next. Anyways, I was thinking of like empathy. Like I was hanging out with Natasha last night, and it was really
She's
great.
wonderful.
It was so good. And
This
like,
is a church planter near North
yeah.
Minneapolis.
Oh man. And we were just talking about real stuff and like things that I struggled with, and just like her. Like I felt like she did have empathy and was able to listen, and you know we talked about like how do we pray for each other and how these things, and it's like I feel like in those moments there's some processing that happens, and like I'm probably not going to process very well with somebody that's not empathetic. So I guess in my head I think
So
there is
this is a good way to think
potential
about it.
of change.
Is that sometimes you need Paul in Philippians when he's in a good mood.
Happy and loving.
He's a little nicer.
Mm-hmm.
He's older.
Like Paul.
And then sometimes you need James who goes, enough with your whining.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so there's balance in that.
Mhm.
And sometimes I have both of those things.
For
I
sure.
can hold you close
And you.
in a headlock.
At the same time.
I will say that I want to make a blanket apology.
You want to bank it.
Just an intense, all-encompassing apology for my 20s.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought I didn't know you then.
Who are these apologies to? Like, I
Just
mean,
everyone
The
that
world.
ever was around me.
who did you say? What did you say?
Just the world.
Just the world.
Because imagine,
You guys got.
I don't know everything.
Yeah.
But I thought I did then. And I'm not right about everything, but I was then.
Well, should we talk to Amber about this? Like,
Yeah. No, it's good. But
let's move on.
He's
but
got.
I do think that if in that moment, in those moments, what did I need? Maybe I got it because I feel like there was potential to just whatever extreme I am, which all of you are extremes as well, is that I could have just really doubled down on some of the negative things. Not that they have not disappeared, which is endlessly frustrating.
Be
But
patient,
Stand firm.
but also
I know.
stand firm.
This all goes back to a common prayer of mine.
See, but you said that in a way. Was that like encouraging when you said that? Like when you were
Oh,
like,
I
be
don't-
patient,
I don't-
It was meant to
stand
poke.
firm.
Yeah.
Was it? Because like in
But
my head, I'm like,
it could be encouraging.
right, like in my I read this and I'm like, I don't know. I always think that maybe we read in different voices. Like,
Yes.
Dude,
I know. Like I read
the
James
amount of parenthetical you moron that is coming to me out of the
James
Bible.
or out of the Bible. Yeah, I don't. I try really. Yeah, I
Be
don't feel those
compassionate,
things.
kind, caring, you moron.
Wow.
I mean, but it starts with be compassionate. So it's like maybe be compassionate with yourself a little bit. I don't know, moron.
Exactly.
So, but in this, James, it's brilliant. It is really, really brilliant. The writing style, the
Yeah.
intentionality, and how it's really, really hard to write in a voice and a perspective and a tone that can be applicable through generations and
Yeah.
people. Oh, that's hard. So hard.
Yeah.
I mean, read some of your Twitter posts from
I don't want.
2014.
Yeah. No thanks.
I didn't have much staying power.
Oh, those memories.
Good French fries at. Yeah. So anyway, I didn't have any French fries in 2014. Don't worry.
I was gonna say.
But so, like, part of the miraculous of the writing is that here we are, forever later, and it's just you just go. Is it applicable to? As you think about being patient with the hardship you're facing and also standing firm in the challenge you're facing, and then immediately he goes, and don't be mean to people. Like in one, barely a comma in there,
Yeah.
is really important. And then he comes back and he swoops back and he goes, there are the prophets, their patience and their standing firm, their steadfastness. We honor them because they finished.
Yeah.
Be somebody who finishes, and that gratitude and honor you feel for a prophet, it's part of the award, the reward of standing firm is that you go, they made it. Be
Yeah.
somebody who made it. And that was written 2,000 years ago, and boy, it just hits now as well.
Something like when you were just talking about that, something like I was reading recently or listening to or something was just how in a relationship, if you think win-lose and like there has to be a winner and there has to be a loser in an argument, like you're not on the same team when you think like that. And like
Yeah, that might have been the 20s.
your 20s were win-lose. Well, now you know better.
Well, I just knew that I always had to win.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like when you have to win and I have to, or somebody else has to lose.
Yes, you.
Like you're not, me, somebody, whoever. Like you're not on the same team. But if you think, how can we find win-win in this? We can be on the same team. And or like if you find out, okay, maybe you are more right, and that's not necessarily a loss because we're on the same team.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's harder, but we're on the same team.
Yeah.
But it's like this, like I don't know if we put any of this in, but we were talking about just some of the signs of or like the reactions when you are feeling impatient. And one of them is like irritability, anger, anxiety. Not one, a few. Nervousness, annoyance, all of these things, resentment. And when you think about where they're at in this moment where things are just coming at them and they're under a lot of pressure, and then you throw in like some frustration and impatience and all these things, like, of course they're going to fight with one another. Like, things are piling on. But it's this moment where you're like, don't grumble against each other, because like you have to figure out how to be on the same team. Like, if they're coming against you and you guys are coming against each other, like, you won't make it. You can't stand firm when you come against each other all the time.
Boy, it takes a lot of intentionality. The moments when community is the most important are also the moments when community can implode the most. So when there is whatever the word attack means, or whenever there is loss, or whenever there is economic things, or somebody's been betrayed or hurt, all these are moments when like squeeze together, but then it's also the most natural to hurt people can hurt people.
Yeah. Yep. It's easy to fall in that trap, I think.
Yeah. I do have moments that I do know are triggers for lack of patience.
Let's hear them. I want to know. I want the list. It's good for us. We can know the triggers.
Yeah.
I know my triggers for sure. I think everybody knows my triggers.
I know Greg's.
What are Greg's triggers? I don't know if you should throw Greg under the bus. You need to.
Oh, I love it.
We have some of these. We've talked about this before, but this is one that we share. Is that an unexpected time thief?
I hate it.
Oh yeah.
I try so hard. It's the part of it is I try so hard in my life to plan. Like I'm just a planner. I want to know when I need to do things, how I need to do it. That when something goes, now all that planning you did.
Sometimes it's people, and sometimes it's just
life. Just something some drain.
Oh my gosh, dude. I hate it so much. Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a good trigger. Do you have patience, stand firm, breakdown trigger?
I have many, I think.
Let's hear them.
Well, I mean, the first one I thought of is like, I am definitely like with my son. Somebody else's impatience triggers my impatience for sure. Like if somebody is getting snippy and like just mad, like I'm pretty quick to respond in an aggressive way, which we've laughed at because you and I do that and they don't like it. And I'm like, but we get over it. We just have a moment and I'm like, okay, we yelled at each other and not yelled, but you know, I don't feel like we yelled.
No.
They think we yelled. I just am like, we just got a little...
It's button.
And then I don't know.
But there is, in that, this isn't really tied to this whole well, maybe it is, but again, it's being confident in relationship, the foundation of that can, everybody has their... we can count on everybody having a bad moment.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, what are your triggers? You can't just make us share ours. What are yours?
Well, some that I don't want to have because it isn't good is that, like, poor customer service. Like poor hardware customer service is hard. It's a trigger for me. I know that the Menards, Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace, all of them they train their employees not to point. They train them to walk. If you ask where something is, they're supposed to walk with them, walk with you, or anyway. And so when you get, hey, where is this? Yeah, you have to go and somewhere over there. That's just like
that irritates you. Yeah. Does it? How about if they walk with you, but they walk really slow? Does that grate your soul?
Slow is also a trigger. Slow. Yeah, not slow in anything.
Slow in anything. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What about
like
you?
a slow drain.
Slow drain is a trigger.
Oh no!
That needs to be scooped by the hand.
So this will be interesting. This will be interesting because I would quantify.
I know Rich's trigger.
Rich as being very patient and gracious. Yeah.
Sure, that's my wife.
One of Rich's biggest trigger is when he doesn't feel like he's being fully trusted to do whatever he said he's going to do.
I didn't think about that one, but you are correct.
Yeah, I get that.
That's not the one I was thinking of.
I've oftentimes working with you,
Uh-huh.
I've heard I already said I was going to do it.
Yeah.
Don't follow up with me.
No, it's the can you have this done by this time?
Oh, and then people wanting it early?
Next, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, is this done yet? Well, no, because you said have it done by this time.
That's funny because my kids have that trigger because when they were growing up, I'd say we're leaving at 10, and at 9:50, I'd say, all right, let's go.
Tell me you're leaving at 10.
Yeah. Which really meant we're leaving when I'm ready.
No, mine.
It was your 20s, 30s. You don't know. You better know.
When I do it myself sometimes, maybe not anymore, but see no action towards solving a problem. Just going, yeah, that's a problem, and stopping, and it's affecting people around. That drives me nuts.
Yeah. I like it when people tell me it's a problem, and then just that's it.
It's a problem.
And then if you could fix it.
Another one that Scott and I share,
This is scary.
and you guys probably also share it, is when someone says you guys should, or they should.
When are they?
I'm like, who are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hate that one.
I don't like that either.
It actually builds at the end, well, all through James, but you ask the question, why, James, why are you so wound tight about all these things? This is a hard season. Cut them some slack. It doesn't really matter. And because they will be fine, or somebody else will, whatever. And James, he is like, it's compelled in him. He goes, everybody is so important. Everybody's so vital. Everybody's a part of this followers of the way. Everybody's been commissioned and called, and so when this season of hardship being a moment when we'll give you go past start free card, whatever the monopoly was. Go just like that.
Pass go.
Get
out of jail free card.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you couldn't decide
Go past start free card.
Yeah. Not a big Monopoly player.
Let's play this weekend.
Ooh.
Then we'll really see who's not patient.
Oh gosh.
I
don't think I can play Monopoly.
But the thing is that this would be a moment when James is part of this community and also called to be a discipler of this community and could be just like, you're right, guys, this is bad. Just listen, take a break. Try to, let's survive to the next thing. And James leans in really hard and goes, it's really important right now because every one of us is vital to what the kingdom of God is and is in this time, but also in the future. I think about it, I don't know if it was ever part of their thought process, but did they ever was James thinking, this is a new thing and there isn't a lot of history to propel it forward? If we give up now, it could be all over. And I think about some of the church planning worlds where you go, in a church that nobody knows when it started. It's been there forever, even though if it's 60 to 100 years or whatever. Doesn't matter the hardship. This thing's going to continue no matter what. Don't think about it. But in the church plant, you go, a bad year it's over. And so to just be like, this is a hard season. We'll just play it out and then we'll continue on after it. It doesn't work that way. I feel like James is going, it's really important right now. And we're all important. And so that how do you set yourself up to be a success even in these hard moments? How do you set yourself up to be patient, to stand firm, to persevere even in these hard moments? That's the guts of where we need to be processing and not saying, I'll figure that out later.
Yeah. I like it.
Rich!
We talked early on about the encouragement aspect, like be patient. Sometimes it's not encouraging, right? But I think this is where, and you touched on it a little bit, this is where it's so important to understand the body of Christ and the community aspect to it, because be patient and stand firm is to all of us. And it's also when we are encouraging each other, be patient and stand firm. How can I help? Is a lot more encouraging than, and that's something where, we talked about all of our triggers, but that's something that I have seen in all of you is those moments where it's like, oh, this is happening. How can I help? And I think that is so important. So when you're looking at dreams, the call to be patient, the call to stand firm, the call of action is community together.
I like it.
Cool. See you guys next week.